Hey guys, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing okay. I'm going to start off by giving you an overview, but essentially I'll be going through the full details of this article. There's a link in the description, and it's in regards to the tragic death, the tragic murder of an 18-month-old boy. His name was Ezra. He died September 2019 from malnutrition complications after he was fed only a vegan raw vegetables, fruits, and breast milk diet. Due to the mother, here, the woman that you see in front of you, her name is Sheila O'Leary, 39 years of age, from Florida, and she fed her 4 children a vegan diet, and tragically, young Ezra died. He died weighing a mere 17 pounds. There was a week-long trial, and this woman here, this mother, Sheila O'Leary, has been found guilty of murder for the death of her 18-month-old son, Ezra, due to the diet that she insisted he have. Now, the husband, he's not in the clear. He also is going to be facing a murder a murder trial, but that is going to be happening separately. I believe the article mentioned October. I may have that wrong. And the mother is due to be sentenced July the 25th, and she could be sentenced to life in prison. I might perhaps do an update if I come across an article informing me of the sentencing. Perhaps I'll do an update. But I would hope she gets a lengthy prison sentence in any case. Doctors believe that young Ezra, again, weighed 17 pounds at the time of his death. Doctors believe that he hadn't been fed anything at all 1 week prior to his death. So typically he was on a raw vegetables, fruits and breast milk vegan diet, but seemingly doctors believe that he hadn't been fed for 1 week prior to his death. On the day that he died, he was struggling to breathe. So guess what the mother did? She went to bed. She took a nap. She went to sleep whilst her 18-month-old son struggled to breathe. Eventually, paramedics were called after Ezra had stopped breathing. Paramedics came. They pronounced Ezra dead at the scene. They performed examinations on the couple's 3 other children, and they determined that 2 of them, aged 3 and 5 years of age, were also severely malnourished. They were also on the same diet. Raw vegetables, fruits, breast milk, vegan diet. They had an 11-year-old daughter. They have an 11-year-old daughter who was in better health, not in good health, still showing some signs of malnourishment, malnutrition. But she was in better health than the 3-year-old and the 5-year-old. And the reason why the 11-year-old was in better health was because she had a different father who lived out of state. And on occasion, she would stay with the father, at which point she was fed properly. So well done, that father. It's noted that the children's skin was yellow. One of the children suffered such poor dental hygiene that their teeth were black. I think, I could be entirely wrong here, feel free to correct me in the comments, but I think that means that the teeth would be toxic at that point, dangerous, would need to be immediately removed. So prosecutors accused the mother of failing to seek proper medical care for her son after he had displayed signs of being ill. She chose to disregard his cries. She didn't need a scale to see his bones. She didn't need a scale to hear his cries, said Assistant State Attorney Sarah Miller during the closing arguments. So I think I mentioned that she faces sentencing July 25th. The husband will be facing his own murder trial separately. I believe I read October, but I can't see that now. And that's really all the information that we have at this point in time. So it's an absolute tragedy. Young Ezra died weighing only 17 pounds. He was 18-month old. And he died September 2019, really due to the failure of the mother to feed him properly, and the father. So I'm glad that this woman has been found guilty of murder, and I'm glad that the husband will also be facing the same charges, I believe. So again, the mother could be sentenced to up to life in prison. I'm guessing that that same prison sentence may apply for the father. So we'll see. But I would be glad if they get lengthy prison sentences. Now, I will just throw in a couple of comments here. It's not really that important or worthwhile, but I'll just throw a couple of things in here. I'm not very clued up with veganism. I was vegetarian myself for a short period of time, about a year, couple of years, when I was younger, in my youth. I've got family members that have been vegetarian for decades, much of their life. I did have one friend in his 20s, in his very early 20s, maybe a year or two younger than that, and he was vegan, had grown up vegan his entire life, I believe, and he was a strapping lad. He looked perfectly healthy to me. Um, so, what the heck do I know? Not a lot, but I do, just based on this one guy that I know that had grown up vegan, fully vegan, um, and he was healthy seemingly. So I would imagine that veganism can be done right, but certainly it can be done wrong, presumably, seemingly. And it seems to me that this woman here has bought into the cult of veganism too much. I'm not trying to suggest that all vegans are full subscribers to the cult of veganism, but seemingly some are. And what do I mean about by that? Well, I'm not entirely sure what I mean, but I think what I mean is some of these people treat veganism as being somewhat like a religion, a doctrine that they must abide to, even when clearly at the detriment to their own health or the health of others. And so that's what I mean. She's bought into the notion of veganism too much. She ought to have been told, I presume that she was told by doctors, that her children needed a different diet, needed their children needed medical attention. The diet was not serving them well for whatever reason. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Maybe they were completely pointless in relaying, but I did. Gonna wrap things up here, guys. If this has been half decent, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit, and take care.